angelic, ingenious supplies.
What's up, Spikes? We are back in Spike Feeders HQ in the studio playing some Magic today with our friends. Some new friends in the studio. Actually, some new friends and some returning friends. You might notice that across the table is my esteemed guest, Shivam, of Shivam Wheeler Love Magic, of the Commander Advisory Group, of Casual Magic with Shivam, of Commander in Podcast, of...
your Twitter block list.
Yes.
Mute list.
Yes. Welcome, Shivam. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. It's great to be here, Jim.
And you'll also notice that we've got Ben Wheeler. Ben, thanks for being here. It's great to have you.
Thank you for having me. It's great to be here. Thank you for the extensive intro of the show that I'm also on, with my name also in it.
You're that Wheeler?
I'm that Wheeler. The Commander Advisory Group that I'm also on. I'm that group.
Wait, you're
Got you before. I know you too well. We have the same... Glad to be back at home.
Yes, today, you've probably already noticed by the title, but we are playing cEDH. Shivam Wheeler loves cEDH, right? We all know
sure
this.
do.
Super Spike Shivam over here.
I am here of my own free will. I'm not being held hostage. They did not coerce me into this.
Do we have a newspaper with today's date on it?
I do, but on the back it says, "Don't trust this man."
Don't believe his lies.
Don't believe his lies.
Yeah, okay, now, we've gone fully off the rails, but it's fine. It's fine. We're here to play some cEDH today. It's Shivam's first time. It's also my first time playing this deck. This is Rogue Silas. It's a Grixis deck. It's also called Rogsi. You've probably seen it. If you've ever been to a cEDH tournament, you've probably seen it a lot. People play it a lot. It's got a whole lot of stuff in it. It's got Thassa's Oracle. It's got Ad Nauseam. It's got Underworld Breach. It's the the usual suspects of cEDH, as it were. Like I said, it's my first time playing it, so go a little easy on me in the comments. I know you won't, but we might as well say it right at the beginning. Shivam, what do you got going on?
Well, as noted Super Spike Shivam, king of cEDH that I am, I've played so much of this format and so many vivid colors. I decided today to play the most casual possible deck I could, which is Kinnan Bonder Prodigy, because of the fact that, honestly, when I'm playing Magic, the two things I want to do are ramp and put big things into play. And I asked Jim, how can I ramp and put big things into play? And he's like, well, do I have the guy for you? And it turns out this is pretty much exactly what I want to be doing in Magic. It ramps, it puts big things into play, and then it wins by hitting you with said big things.
The most casual deck in the format.
Yes.
AKA the most winningest cEDH deck.
Look, it doesn't hurt, okay? My intro to this format was Get Rog. I get to have an easy one.
That's when they play a land and then bust out the flowchart. Like, you are here.
When you have a 400-page document that you have to reference and put footnotes in to get to the bottom of the deck list.
So removing my depletion counter off Pete Bog is actually a mana ability, but it creates a triggered ability that...
Oh, my friend Peter Bog.
My favorite baseball player from the 70s.
Yeah, look, dude.
Speaking of baseball players from the 70s, Jerry is also here.
Hi. Friendly Neighborhood Jerry here. Noted baseball player from the 70s. And I'm here with Winota, Joiner of Forces. I came to the studio as calm as can be, quickly became mad when I saw Wheeler was across the table from me. And I was like, okay, I need to get a deck on the table that swings non-humans in order to get other humans to do other things. There's other ways to win in the deck as well. There's obviously some Kiki-Jiki lines, Snoop lines, and we're gonna...
Snoop Lion. But I think he's back to Snoop Dogg. I mean, Jim liked that one.
Yeah.
We'll fix it in post.
What, Jerry?
No, the joke.
Yeah, I can't recover from that. Go ahead.
Thanks, Jerry. I'm playing Atraxa Grand Unifier. It is a food chain, incredibly annoying value, mid-range, just heck of a deck. The deck plays 4 colors and really just takes advantage of all of them. Green for the food chain and the acceleration, white for Draneth Magistrate and silences, blue because it's cEDH, and black because it's cEDH. I got the Thoracle combo. I've got cards you don't want to see. I got mana you don't want to see. I got a lot of stuff you don't want to see. That's kind of just the vibe of this deck. They should call it "Don't Want to cEDH."
I'm just going to mask a nice Gaussian blur over Wheeler's board for the entire game.
It's a center block.
And before we get into it, I would be remiss if I didn't mention our wonderful channel sponsor, GameGenic. They have furnished all of the cool stuff that you see here. If you're looking for really cool stuff, accessories for your Magic stuff, GameGenic is where you're going to find it. Playmats, card sleeves, deck boxes, boxes for your deck boxes, binders. The Academic Tolarian edition, that's brand new. Go check that out. It's a very cool deck box. And we've got a video where we demo it on the channel right here. So without further ado, I think we're going to crack into our GameGenic Bastions. Okay, let's start the game. Anybody got any pre-games?
I got a pregame action. I have this Gemstone Caverns that I would like
Fancy
to.
pants.
Well, I'm going to get a luck counter on it by exiling this breeding pool.
Okay. Anything else?
Well, I got this Ley Line of Anticipation.
Chancellor of the Dross?
Now we're talking.
Okay, I'm going to start the game. I'll play a Misty Rainforest, and I'm going to crack it going to 39. Off the Misty Rainforest, I'm going to get this Underground Sea.
Under the sea.
I don't see it, and I won't respond to it. I'm going to cast my commander Rograk, son of Rogach, and then I'm going to follow it up with a Mox Amber, and then I would like to cast this Conqueror's Flail. So it's an equipment. It's equipped to, and it gets +1/+1 for each color among permanents I control. And then it also does the Grand Abolisher thing, where opponents can't cast spells during my turn as long as it's equipped to a creature. So it's not equipped right now, so that's not online, but I'll let you know when it is. I will then pass to Shivam.
I believe I have what you would call a really stupid hand. So I'm going to draw my card to start. You'll forgive me, this is not my format normally, so I don't really get explosive starts like this, but this seems really dumb. Command Tower. Mox Amber. Mox Diamond, pitching Otawara. So that's 1 and 2. I will tap to bring Kinnan out. Then I will tap this for 2 green to play Sylvan Library. I think I can pass.
Oh.
That's what we in the business call a real good one.
I like this. I like this a lot.
I hate this format.
Oh, Wheeler, it gets better.
Oh, good.
Untap, upkeep, draw. And, what do they say if you don't go for it? I'm not going for it. But I am going to play a Plateau. And on top of that Plateau, I'm going to play a Mana Crypt. And I wish I was going first, but, white, 2 colorless. Eidolon of Rhetoric. Go ahead.
Yeah, that would have shut Shivam down.
That would have...
Yeah.
Glad I went before you. Good old rhetoric.
Draw. I'm going to play a Mystic Remora. And then I'm going to play an Overgrown Tomb tapped and pass.
Okay. I'll untap. I'll draw a card. I'm going to play in a Volcanic Island as my land for turn. And I think I'm just going to pass.
Cool. All right, so I'm going to untap. And then I'm going to upkeep, and I'm going to use Sylvan Library to look at the top 3 cards here. And I believe in this format, the deal is to pay 8 every time.
Well, it depends. Are you a coward? It may be to put them back. It depends on whether you want to activate Kinnan, right? You may not want all of the cards in your hand.
Kinnan cares about creatures, so
Yes.
I think I'm good with this hand.
Take an 8?
Take 8. I like
Take
it.
an 8.
Okay, 32.
So I'm going to take another 2 on top of that.
Oh,
30.
that's a Jerry turn right there.
Now we're gaming.
Lose a quarter of your life, 1 turn, man.
Oh, this is pod racing.
Well, you'll have to correct me. I'm not very familiar with how this works, but I believe if I...
Cut the, I'm just a simple country casual.
Now I'm just a small town lawyer, but taps for $1 million.
I don't mean to, I'm just saying I can transmute artifact off the 2 blue mana that I get off of this to pop this into a Basalt Monolith.
Yeah.
And then go infinite, if I'm correct.
I do have a Mystic Remora trigger.
Have your card.
Okay.
You also can only cast 1 spell. Oh, but
It puts it into play.
Yeah.
Yeah, it puts it directly into
Transmute
play.
Puts it into play.
Yeah.
But I do have to pay the extra, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to... Off of that, I'm going to grab a Basalt Monolith, and I'm going to pay 3 to put it into play. Gosh, that Eidolon's real cramping my style here, buddy.
My turn.
That was
All right. Evens, I take damage. Nice.
You heathen. Ugh.
You like that one, eh?
No.
I know you don't. All right.
Jesus.
I'm going to give you guys one option to concede
Take it.
right now. Okay, I need another one. All right, I'm going to play a spectator seating. I'm going to play a Winota.
Great play, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to move to combat. Wheels.
Yeah, you got
Player attack. So now I'm going to get a Winota trigger. I'm going to cheat and look at the top. Oh, no. Sit. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, we, did these just go on the bottom of the line? Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah, that's the one.
That feels great. That feels good.
I go to 39.
Yeah, you're at 39 and I get to pass the turn. That felt great.
Upkeep. Going to pay for my cumulative upkeep. Draw.
You got anything going on for Shivam there, Wheeler?
This is so dumb.
I gotta tell you that Eidolon's also kind of screwing me over. I'm gonna play a Marsh Flats and I'm gonna fetch.
Okay.
I'm gonna grab a Tundra off my Marsh Flats, and then I'm going to tap 2 and play a Fellwar Stone.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna pass.
Sure. I will draw a card. Okay, well, I'm going to tap 3 and channel Otawara, targeting Basalt Monolith. I would like to return it to your hand.
You're doing God's work.
That feels real bad. Yeah. I'm going to pass.
All right, buddy. Your death warrant. Draw my card.
Sylvan Library.
Yeah.
Draw 3 cards. Put 2 of them back.
What?
Well, that's a bad sign.
Yeah.
First off, I'm going to play Treasure Vault, which right now is just mana. GG's.
What?
I tap these 2, and I'm going to put out Basalt Monolith. Everybody's familiar with Basalt Monolith.
Yes.
Mystic Remora trigger.
Have a card.
Okay.
If somebody can get this Eidolon off the table, I might be able to help. Yeah.
We now have Kinnan on the stack. Jerry has priority.
Fast priority.
Fast priority.
I would like to cast Daze by returning my volcanic island.
Mystic Remora trigger.
Yeah. Go ahead. Are you paying? So you're paying, so Daze resolves. Now we've got Basalt Monolith on the stack, Jerry priority.
Pass priority.
No, that Eidolon just Eidolon locks me out of saving everybody.
Okay, so you're passing?
Yeah.
Okay, I will also pass priority. Basalt Monolith resolves.
So I tap Basalt Monolith for 4 mana. I untap it for 3 mana.
Wait, does that net you 1 mana?
It turns out it nets me 1 mana.
Okay.
I'm going to do this,
Hang on, 5 floating. Okay.
let's say, umpteen million times.
Okay, so you have umpteen million mana.
There we go.
Okay.
And then I'm going to put, let's say, 5 million counters onto Treasure Vault.
Sacrifice it, create X treasures.
To make X treasure tokens.
So you're making 2.5 million treasures?
Or let's say I put 10 million treasures and I get 5 million.
Let's put 10 million in
All of
play.
a sudden, it's 10 million. Like,
You know
we're not
what?
going to notice the fresh.
So I now make 10 million mana. I'm going to spin the wheel with Kinnan.
Sure.
So let's just do it one time for giggles here because I've always wanted to do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Whiff.
That would be Hullbreaker Horror.
Okay.
Never Hall of Prime Time.
It's been good.
And Bird of Paradise. And then 2
So you only get 1 of them. But I assume it's Hullbreaker.
Yeah, turns out. I believe this is the part where I say repeat ad nauseum.
Yeah.
All right, so having used some of my 5 million treasures, I have now used Kinnan Border Prodigy to get all of my creatures into play. All of my non-human creatures, mind you. And then, now that I've got Thrasios with his best friend Glenn Orlendra sitting here to back us up, I can use Thrasios to go through and draw my whole deck. Once I do so, I've got Boseiju Who Endures. Boseiju Who Endures says I can go and destroy that Eidolon of Rhetoric, which then allows me to play the finale of Devastation, which is the most Shivam way to possibly win a game, because I'm basically crater hoofing the table for 1 billion.
So X
GG's.
equals 2?
X equals 2.
I think
Misclick.
X equals 2.
Yeah.
X equals
It's
0.
like still enough, probably.
R.I.P. the table.
Yeah. Wow.
Green Stompy, baby. Let's go.
Super Spike Shivam takes down another pod. and qualifies for the Pro Tour. That was sweet.
Hell yeah, let's go.
What did you think of your first CDH game?
Oh my God.
This was your first CDH game, right?
This is the first CDH game I've played that wasn't like... I've played a couple of CDH games. To be fair, I have played CDH before, but never in a way that was like meaningful.
Sure.
Because either it was... Well, in the
We're meaningful, guys.
Well, because like the first game I played, I was playing a deck that was incredibly difficult and I had help. And somebody helped me walk me through the steps of learning how to play Gitrog, and I didn't understand what I was doing. So it might as well have been somebody else playing the game.
Sure.
The next few times it was like, okay, I'm going to shuffle up and play CDH game, and it's like, turn 1, GG. Well, that was cool.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. But honestly, this deck is everything I want out of Magic.
It is really sweet. It's a really sweet deck. And you get to play like giant beaters, which is really
I mean, like
awesome.
Nyx Bloom Ancient.
Yeah.
Like the Colossal Sky Turtle.
The new Jin Gitaxias, too.
No, this is awesome. I mean, as the winner, I had a great time.
You heard it here first. Winning's the only thing that matters. Says Shivam.
Look, I got to ramp a billion, I got to play Sylvan Library, and then I got to slam you in the face. What else do I want in life?
I mean, yeah. Sure. You got an early Winota, but a big whiff.
You know,
With Oda.
it's just your standard Jerry play. You know, you get them out, you look at some cards, and you put them all in the bottom because, you know.
But you had the Eidolon.
I had the Eidolon, and that's the only reason that game went to turn 3.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it was only turn 3.
Yeah, so we kept an opener with Mana Crypt, Eidolon, and 5 lands. And I was like, you know what? That's a turn 2 Winota with a string that has protection almost kind of deal.
And then Shivam dumps his hand. before
Yeah,
you
and
get
she
to
writes us everything.
That's funny.
So, we had fun.
What about you? How was Atraxa doing?
Am I allowed to swear during this? Are you going to bleep this
We'll bleep
out?
it, yeah, we'll bleep
Okay,
it.
yeah. In my opinion, I think Jerry solid. I mean, the Eidolon meant that Shivam's deck that kills off activated abilities could pop off, whereas
Notably
my
does not need to cast anything.
whereas my protection that could have saved us didn't really do much.
I can kind of sympathize with Jerry, though, because it was kind of either that or do nothing,
Yeah,
right?
No,
If the hand was 5 lands, Mana Crypt, and Eidolon,
if you keep a bad hand that is really geared towards doing this one thing, then yeah, you kind of have to stick to your guns.
Yep. And then you just hope that you got a race and hope that we've got interaction for Shiva.
Dude, I opened that hand and I'm looking at Mox Amber and Mox Diamond, and then I remember that this guy doubles everything, and I was like, oh, this is about to get stupid.
Yeah, it's unreasonable.
And then, drawing into Transmute Artifact, and I was like, oh my god, I just won the game.
When that deck doesn't draw its 7 drops, it's pretty incredible.
Yep.
Yeah, like I thought. I mean, I had the 4. My play was gonna be to drop the Nyx Force or whatever the guy who triples mana, Nyx Bloom Ancient. But then I got that, and then I had this treasure land, and I'm like, I put it down, and I didn't even realize that you could just filter into that, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, the Basalt Monolith combo is really central in that deck.
Oh, yeah.
And, the Treasure Vault just obviously makes it pop off. It lets you do everything.
Pew, 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 pew.
I loved it so much.
Yeah, I drew a late counterspell, but it was Daze, and obviously not good enough.
The days was cute.
Yeah. Like, if I had drawn the Daze earlier, like even just like as my first draw for the game, that probably goes way differently because I can Daze something.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But
probably
the
the
funny thing
Kinnan.
was, if not for the fact that Eidolon was in play, I had a spell snare, and I was looking at it the whole time like, what does this even do? And then you drop Daze, and it's like, that's 2 mana! Spell snare, let's go!
Yeah, anyway, I think that was really fun. Are we going to shuffle up and play another one?
Let's go!
Okay, cool. Well, before we go, make sure, one thing you'll notice right down here, that's the names of all of our awesome patrons that support the show. If you want to become one of those patrons, as little as $1 a month, you'll get access to these games a day early, as well as a whole bunch of cool stuff like early access to drops in our shop. That's one thing that we're going to be doing very shortly, potentially already have done, depending on when this comes out. But definitely check out spikefeatures.com/shop. We may also have Spike Dice back in stock. We haven't had those in stock for a couple months, and we ordered like 4,000 of them. So I'm hoping by the time this airs, they will be back in stock and you can buy them. They're very cool. Everybody loves them.
Dude,
and
I didn't know you had
buy them too.
blue ones.
Yeah, we did mana colors for Kickstarter.
That's hot.
Yeah. So with that, we will see you all in the next one.
Bye, everybody.